Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I am here to tell you what to do in Ibiza. What are the coolest tours, the best beaches, the nightclubs, if it's worth shopping or not, how's the town center, boat tours, and everything you need to know to plan your trip to Ibiza. So stay tuned because these tips will be very quick, useful, and not boring at all, guys. So enjoy the video, guys. Don't forget to give us that like because it's very important. Subscribe to the channel because that helps us a lot, and that's it. Buckle up. Well, Ibiza is the dream of many people. Many people dream of going to Ibiza. We had this dream too, and it's an amazing place. What I like it the most is that we like parties, electronic music, but I'm not such a fan. I like the parties, everything, but we really like the beach. I love the beach, especially those paradisiacal beaches in Europe. So I think Ibiza is a sensational place because it brings these two worlds together. It's a place that has incredible natural beauty. The beaches are beautiful, and there is all this excitement there. There are big parties with big DJs, so it's a place that has a lot of things to do. The island is not small. When we talk about the island, I at least imagined a smaller island, but it's a big one with several small towns scattered around, so you have to plan well, see what you're going to do. Some things are a little further away, others are closer, but it does involve some planning to do, so you can optimize your trip to Ibiza and see what you want to do. The first thing to do in Ibiza, I'm going to start the list here with the place that I thought was out of the ordinary and we hadn't heard so much about. We almost didn't do this tour. I thought it was absurd because it was the place, it was the most beautiful beach in the world. It was the place that I really liked the most, the beach. I was enchanted. It's Fomentara. Keep that name. For those who don't know, Fomentara is one of the 4 Balearic islands in Spain. They are Ibiza, Fomentara, Mallorca, and Menorca. We did this itinerary on this trip and it was amazing. Who wants to see it, then watch our video, play it on YouTube, routes through the islands of Spain, Gabriel, and my video will appear right now with the itinerary we did for these incredible islands. They are as beautiful as the Greek islands that everybody dreams to visit, and it's much easier to get there. The logistics are much simpler and it's much cheaper, and the sea I found so beautiful. Really, they are beautiful, they are spectacular, and it's worth visiting. And Fomentara is very close to Ibiza. Fomentara is much smaller. This is a very small island. It's the smallest of all, and you can get there in about 40 minutes by boat. So you buy the tour in Ibiza, you take a boat, the super nice tour, it's super cool. You get there to Fomentara, you go on one of its beaches, which are few. The one we went to, the coolest one, is up there. You get there very quickly. It's beautiful, it's incredible. Then you can enjoy the whole day and come back. It was spectacular. Take this tour, it's really worth it. Here in the description of the video I'll leave the website that sells all the boat tours, the tours that we did, and we ended up liking a lot. Everything went fine, so we highly recommend it. Going back to the beaches, in a little bit we will go to the nightclubs, to the most exciting part, but talking about the beaches, there are many beautiful beaches in Ibiza. Being very honest, we researched which were the most beautiful ones. We got several lists, top 3, top 5, everything, but almost all the ones we went to, they all have a very similar beauty. They are different, but they are all as beautiful as each other. So our tip is, see where you are, research more or less, and go there, stop at the beaches, get to know them because they are all incredible. They all have that white, blue, green sea. Every hour it gets a different color. The sand is white, the water is transparent. A tip, take your swimming goggles and snorkel. We took the one we had at home, but if you want you can buy it there. It's cheap in any store or supermarket, and you can stay snorkeling. Every beach that we went to, we went in there, we dived, and you see a lot of fish, a lot of them, several species of fish, marine life. It's beautiful. You can do this in all the beaches. And another tip, some beaches are very deserted with no structure. Others have structure, chairs, ranch. It's a little expensive but worth it. Of course, you are there in Ibiza, you have to enjoy it a little bit, but a tip we give you, buy a big towel and an umbrella and take it with you. We at least chose to rent a car in Ibiza and we thought it was very worth it. Both Ibiza, Mallorca, and Menorca, which are big islands, you have to have a car to be able to go to all the beaches, to go to one side and to the other. They are kind of far away, 30, 35, 40, 20 minutes, and then we would leave them in in the trunk. Then we would arrive at the beach and we would spread the towel there. Everybody did that and you could enjoy it without spending anything, without looking for a place to sit. Sometimes there's a line, so it helped a lot. That's a very good tip. So you don't waste your time. You have all your gear, all the things you have. If you choose to rent a car, it's better and it's very worthwhile to do. And talking about the car, people who want to rent a car, the tip is book online beforehand. It ends up being much cheaper, and then book at the airport. When you arrive at Ibiza airport, there are several car rental companies that are the biggest in Europe and in the world. Our tip is to use the price comparator. Do not go directly to the site in each rental company because it's more expensive. I'll leave here in the description of the video here below a site that you put there, Ibiza airport and the date, and it goes search in all the rental companies and shows you all the rental options. And the price is cheaper than at the rental company. It's very good. We use these comparators there for all the places in the world because we really save a lot. The prices are good, it's super reliable, and the prices are lower. So if you take a look there, you will see that renting a car is not expensive. Even more if you're traveling with 3 or 4 people and everyone shares the rent, it ends up being even cheaper. And you don't need anything to rent. You just need a passport and a valid driver's license from your country. You don't need to get an international driver's license, none of that. It's very easy. The beaches I won't go into detail because there are so many. I'll just talk about the ones we like it the most. I'll mention the main ones. The place that we recommend to stay, that we even have the video where to stay in Ibiza, is near the beaches of Figueiredas. What is the Figueiredas area? It's the center where you can find all the restaurants, the supermarkets, the nightclubs, almost everything in Ibiza is there. This beach is beautiful. It's one that we recommend you visit. Even more if you stay in this area, you are already in front of it. It's very beautiful. There are some buildings, those constructions behind, etc, so it doesn't look so natural, but on the beach the sea is spectacular. I'll also leave in the description of the video the link that we made, a personalized map of this best region for you to get the best hotel with all the hotels already set up there. You just put the date of your trip in the searcher, search and open the map again, and it will already show all the hotels with the best prices for you to stay in the region. So take a look at it. The map will help you a lot to get a good hotel. And then this region has only this beach. This is the most touristic region. It's the capital of the city where the most important things are. Now the beaches are on the other side, on the left side of the island. That's practically where we found the most beautiful ones. There are some on the top of the island as well. We didn't think it was worth that much because those to the left are quite a lot. There are about 10-12 beaches, so they were already worth it. It's worth focusing and concentrating on those that are closer. By car it was always about 30-20 minutes from the center, so very easy to go there, and all of them very beautiful. The most famous and the first one we went to was Cala Salada Beach. Cala, when they speak Cala people, which is Spanish to bay. So these beaches are closed, they have this little format, so it's kind of like a swimming pool. It's not the open sea, so that's why almost of them are called Cala, like this beach with a bay. In the picture it's easy for you to understand this little format because almost all of them are like this. This makes the sea calm, tranquil, and better for diving. The most beautiful one that we started with was Cala Salada, which is very famous. It's big, so it's divided in 2 beaches, so you have a look at both. The sea is beautiful, it's very worthwhile to know it, and it's on the left side that we mentioned it. And there are also the island of Escavale. It's very beautiful. It's called Cala Escavale. It's a little bit emptier, but it's also beautiful. There's also Calabaza, which is very beautiful, and it has several chairs, sun umbrellas, kiosks. You can have a little bit more structure to be able to enjoy it. There were many families, people with families visiting. We saw many people with children. Ibiza is a destination, believe it or not. Many people go there with children because the beaches are beautiful. And a nice beach for those who are looking for a good time is Cala Jondal, which has some beach clubs. So it is a beach that they say it's a little more lively, a little more agitated beach. There are some very nice beach clubs, and there is also the Cala Conta beach, which is we thought was very nice. It's in the middle of rocks. The access to get there is a little bit difficult. It's not as sandy as all the more traditional beaches. It has a structure, a different geography, so we think this is very beautiful. It gives a charm. These were the ones we got to know and like it the most, but there are many. You keep researching, you keep discovering. That is what's cool. You get in your car and look around, you naturally discover several beaches, and this makes the trip much nicer. And if you have any questions about traveling or anything else, you can send them to us and we'll help you. If you want it even easier, add me on Instagram at @Lorenzi and I'll be glad to help you. And take the opportunity to follow us. We're always traveling around the world trying to show travel tips in a very cool way and the routine with our little ones, which are a blast. And we are in Orlando. This studio here is in our new house here in Orlando. We are living here in the United States and showing how the life is here, the routine, the parks, the shopping, everything that's different here. So follow us there, you will like it. The content is really cool. Now another thing to know is that some people even choose to stay there, but we don't recommend it. Sometimes there are cheaper hotels, it's a more beautiful place of natural beauty. It's the part of San Antonio, which is on the left side of the island, where most of these beautiful beaches are. It's a region a little bit further away from the center, but it has a lot of nice things too. There is Bahia de San Antonio, which is quieter place, and it has already been elected one of the most beautiful places in the world for natural beauty, for beaches. So for those who like this style of trip, it's worth it if you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of downtown Ibiza. And there's also the part of San Antonio Port Many, which is a little bit more lively. It's almost a mini Ibiza, but everything is on the same side. And a nice thing to visit there, the beaches are beautiful and the sunsets were elected one of the most beautiful in the world several times in a row. So go there. There are several restaurants. We went to Café Del Mar, which is the most famous one, but there is a long line and the price is a little bit high. So you type in the GPS just to find the place. You can put Café Del Mar and there are several restaurants right next to each other. You choose. At sunset time, it's more expensive to sit down because not all restaurants have this view of the beach. So the few that have it require a consumption, sometimes 50, sometimes 60 euros for you to consume and to be able to see the sunset per person. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. It's up to each person's opinion. There's the beach. You can also see it from the beach if you want it. Try to buy something to drink. It's an important thing, guys. You can't drink on the street in Ibiza. We think Ibiza is totally crazy, but it's not. You have to drink inside the places, the hotels, the parties. You can't get a bottle of vodka, a beer, and go out drinking on the streets. So just be careful about that. It's a very important tip. Sometimes we don't follow it. And now talking a little bit about the touristy things, the tourist center of Ibiza, which is the part where the port is. It's close to the central part that we always talk about here, which are the two most important tourist attractions, the 13th century cathedral and the castle. Both are on the top of the island, so if you are there in the central part, in the capital of Ibiza, you will be able to see them because they are right on top. So it's a beautiful scenario, it's spectacular. You can go up and the view from there, it's very nice, especially at sunset. It's a little bit tiring to go up there because it's high. You can see it from the pictures that it's not a low place, but it's really cool that you walk inside the wall, inside all this old part of Ibiza. You get to know a little bit of the history of the place. You get to see the cathedral, the castle, so it's a more cultural tour. There are people who sometimes go just for the parties and say, no, I'm not going to do that. There are people who don't even go into this part of the city, and there are people who like to explore to the maximum. So it depends a lot on each person's tastes as well, if you enjoy the parties or the most cultural parts. A tip for getting around and finding all of these points, one thing that helped us a lot was being able to use the internet on the cell phone, because the Wi-Fi doesn't work in many places. Because it's an island, the signal is very weak, and there are places where neither the restaurants nor the bar worked. In the hotel, sometimes they wanted to charge a fortune to use Wi-Fi. So what we did it everywhere in the world, and it's what most people do. You travel abroad, buy a prepaid international travel chip. It's a chip just for you to use your cell phone abroad. It's prepaid. You buy, for example, the 5 gigabytes pack, you use it, and that's it. It's much cheaper, much easier and faster, and easiest way to use your cell phone abroad. If you want to leave the link here in the description of the video, they are very good. The signal got in all the islands in Spain, island cities. It works very well everywhere. You can recharge if you needed to on the spot. Their service is amazing. They help you with everything. It really is an essential service. The technology they use is a new technology called eSIM. It's a digital chip that you don't even need to receive the plastic one. It depends on your cell phone model if it accepts the eSIM or not. You can buy the eSIM that's instantaneous. You download it immediately and install it. It's cheaper because you don't pay for the chip. Soon this technology will be available for all the phones and everyone will be able to use the eSIM, the electronic chip. It's way better, way easier, and super faster, so we totally recommend. And for shopping, many people ask, is it possible to shop in Ibiza? Yes, there are some stores you can find one place or another, but in our opinion it's not worth it because Madrid and Barcelona are very good places for shopping. So leave it there, there are big malls, stores, the prices are better, and focus on Ibiza those precious days because it's not cheap. Ibiza is an expensive place, things are expensive. Focus on the days in Ibiza to enjoy the beaches, the clubs, the places that are all sensational and you have to enjoy it. And to finish our list of things to do in Ibiza, the nightclubs, the most famous DJs in the world play there, places that we have always dreamed of visiting, and people, the vibe is really amazing. It's a surreal place. Those who like electronic music, I don't even like electronic music so much, you know, I like the parties, the festivals, the vibe, because we like to party a lot, we always have, and these electronic parties are very cool, the people are very nice, there are no fights, so it's a very cool vibe, and this ended up captivating us. Over time, we started liking electronic music, and the festivals there are beautiful. There are fireworks, there are light shows, and a tip we give you, the main clubs you will see that they are always in the top 5 in Ibiza: Ushuaia, Pacha, Amnesia, and also Space. Ushuaia and Pacha are always there. I really like these two because Ushuaia and Pacha are open, so there's a lot of this beach vibe, you know. The shows are in the afternoon, so you have much more of this sunset thing, the energy. I liked it better because they are open. It's like a hotel, there's a pool there, it has a much nicer climate, much more European summer. The others are more closed. Amnesia is very cool, it's a top club, but it's all closed, ballad style. I also liked it a lot, but if I could go back, I would definitely go back to Ushuaia, which was the one I liked the most. It's a U-shaped hotel, the cabins are the hotel rooms, so the people who are crazy about electronic music, about DJs, they get a room there, which is not cheap, and then from the room you have the box for the show, so it's very cool, a very cool experience. Try to go to Ushuaia if you can, and there are several others that are a little bit cheaper, more expensive. Anyway, you do your research, but these are the main ones that are always in the top 3 in Ibiza. And a tip, people, buy the shows beforehand, especially when it's a famous DJ. You go on the internet, you quickly find their official site, you buy it. Usually you pay an average of 50 euros, the ticket with nothing to eat, just to get on the dance floor, and that's it. If you want a box, a table, the price is already much higher. And to drink inside, I expect it to be much more expensive. Everybody talked so much about Ibiza, of course it's not cheap, but I didn't think it was that absurd. I found the price of other places in Europe, in the United States, but a tip is, do a little warm up beforehand in the hotel, in the apartment, go to the grocery store and buy some drinks, and then you stay there with your friends to drink, so you don't get there in a zero vibe and have to drink everything, because it's really like a bit expensive and it's in euros. But knowing these strategies, you can enjoy it, you can enjoy it more. It's very cool. We highly recommend that you go to at least one of these clubs in Ibiza, which are spectacular. We ended up catching Harvey and Dimitri Vegas at Ushuaia, which was sensational. Pacha too, so it's very worthwhile. Everywhere you go, there's a party, you will see that the vibe is sensational. And here below in the video description, I'm going to leave all these links that I've been talking about and all the ones that we used to organize our trip in a very organized way. With these links from the description here in the video, you plan your entire trip there, saving a lot on everything and getting the best prices everywhere, which were the places that we were along, the time getting the hang of, getting to know, seeing that they had the best prices. So the car rental comparator is very good, just like the car rental comparator, that's the travel insurance comparator. For those who don't know, it's mandatory for Europe, you don't travel there without it, for God's sake, but it's very cheap. You get a very cheap one, a very good one. This comparator that I'll leave here, it compares all the insurance companies and shows you the best prices. You get a very good insurance for a very low price. Sometimes it's about 15 euros for 8 or 10 days of travel. A top insurance, it takes you 5 minutes to do it, print the policy and take it with you. The travel chip helps a lot. There are the ferry if you want to see to move between the islands, the airplane searcher, the hotels. The hotel we stayed in Ibiza, it's very good and well located. Take a look, see how much it is on the date of your trip. Anyway, we left everything organized so that you can plan your trip without having any possible headaches. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel, because that really helps us. And don't forget to watch the other videos that are very good. There's the one about where to stay in Ibiza, the one about all the tips in Ibiza, which is very good. It's one that you have to watch. It's very important. I'll highlight it here on top and below the playlist with all the videos of the Balearic Islands for you to watch. They are Menorca. Take a look at them. They are amazing places that are worth you trying to include in your itinerary. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much and have nice trips.